I'm feeling better now, so I tried this video about mantras that I spoke about. Mantras have entered into my life 4 years ago, around, in 2000, more, in 5 years ago, 2012, and at the beginning I was really skeptic, watching people reciting the same syllables, phrases in Sanskrit for hours was really, crazy for me, I would say. Yeah, I didn't see the point, and as not being a Hindu working at the base, I did not know anything about Sanskrit. So yeah, the words seems weird. It was difficult to understand. It was difficult to memorize, So yeah, at the beginning I really thought that it was crazy thing to do. And Guillaume decided to try. He was into this tradition of Zen Buddhist that is around a master called Mahavajra, and Mahavajra at some point asked his beginning students to do the elemental mantras and to charge into yourself the power of the elements to give you strength, to give you healing, to give you power, and to begin to nurture your supernatural powers, I would say. And I was not about that, having more supernatural powers is not what I seek for, because I have already enough, I think. But Guillaume did them, and it was really a great change on him, I don't remember the details, but I remember being impressed by the change. So I tried to charge the mantras as it has been asked, the whole process. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was 5 times or 6 times the whole 108, reciting the mantras for 108 times, 6 times in the day for 15 days, I think. I'm not sure, but really from the beginning it has been a great experience, feeling all this energy coming inside. Really, the words, the sounds change something inside you, awake, the sound awakes something inside you. Really, it's like an opening that is created, and really you are charged with these energies. So I created little cards for each element because it was hard to remember the mantra. So I had the mantra in front of me, and with a nice image that remember me what I were experiencing about it. So I put this on my altar, and after a few days you can really well remember mantra, and after years I begin to remember some words, and their meanings, so it's really easier and easier. And what I like with Mahavajra techniques is that there is the word translation of the meaning of each syllable of the mantra. So really it helps to understand what you do, because most of the time when you go on internet you have really long mantras and something that seems a translation but really not. It's really, you can, even if you don't know Sanskrit, you are sure it's not the real meaning of it, So yeah, I really liked it. I will try to find back the link for you to today's elemental mantras on his website. And so we begin with earth, and after there was the fire, and after because there are two, there was the spirit akasha, and there was the air, and there was the water. And this card is that there is a second cycle of elemental mantras that I have tried to begin but blocked at the fire moment, you know, really when I had huge problems, health problems. I was blocked at this fire moment, and the fire card is still on my altar. Maybe I would find, you know, when I will feel when I will feel cold about it, I will come back to it. So yeah, at the end of it, I was really enthusiastic. And one of the signs about mantra I had when I began was that, sorry, I did not prepare it, but it's there, and it's into water to purify it. One good sign before using it for my next experience. A friend from, you know, my clients into my shop came at just really the beginning, or before even I tried the mantras, with some bits, you know, from a broken mala, and it needed like 4 bits that has been lost, and it's jade, and I really love that it has been really handmade. You really see that the beads are not like all round, so I have done and redone this mala all around the years, because after some times of using it, you know, the cord inside it breaks. So all the colors are different. Each time I tried different colors, and this stone is from my journey when I was in Sweden, because at that time I was continuing my mantras, so I was reciting my mantras and finding this red stone in Sweden. And so when I came back, I asked Guillaume to make a hole inside, so it is on my mala. So it has been my faithful friend for all this adventure, and I will continue to use it. I have put some ribbon there because at the middle of the 108, because sometimes when you do your mantra something happens and you have to come back to it, like your phone call or really something urgent that you cannot wait. And if I have been more than the middle, I can come back to the middle and do the rest, because admit I am at 4 to the end and something happens and I have to come back and I have to redo the whole 108 mantras. So yeah, it's my little help in life, and I have journeyed a lot with it, but during the last 2 years I have done my mantras at home into my bed in the evening. So yeah, it has stayed a lot here, and so I wanted to give it like a boost before coming back to my mantras practice. And yeah, with really what has changed as far as I remember of this time is that I really wanted to connect more to the elements, like when I was a child, you know, when I have been a teenager and a young adult, I have more been around being in the city, being with people, you know, social life, and I have closed like to the natural world. When I have come back there, I have felt like alien, you know, like a barrier between me and the nature, and it was really painful to feel that, because when I was a child I was part of it. And with the elemental mantras, it has helped me to come back slowly. Really, this barrier was all of mine, you know. I At the beginning I saw that it was from nature, you know, it was the nature that made the world, and the world was only from me, because natural world is quite fragile, and so much places that were really dear to my heart, and trees and have been destroyed and still are destroyed, you know, to make vineyards, to make houses. And it has really broke my heart at some point, and it was really difficult to involve back into nature, knowing that I have to enjoy the most possible of what is now, because in the future it cannot be there. Everything can happen, and most of the places around here are private, you know, you have the right to go there, but they are owned by people that do what they want of it. So if they want to cut all the trees for money, or what they want, they will do it, and you have nothing to say about it. So yeah, elemental mantras have given me the strength and the emotional peace to come back into this, and also it has given me a great deal of energy and power. At that time I was also learning Reiki, and it has helped me a great deal in that, you know, having a powerful Reiki influx energy. And I have been really seduced by it. So I searched into Maharaja's informations, I would say, and some people say I have been mad to do that. But I have come back into... Sorry, I have not prepared this one. They are there. So, another earth. I don't know if I have showed it. Major element red. Yes, because for the second layer of elemental mantras, there are two for us. I didn't remember. So, after that, I tried... Sorry for that, I will find it. I did work with the Nagarajas, that are the intelligences that define the energies in movement into nature. Like the first Nagaraja is Nanda, and Nanda is the crystallized matter, the joy, the union that makes that matter, all the atoms and energy come together to do something. So I use this universe image. And the second Upananda begins to give form, you know, like the nandas are in love and come together and begin to create something. And you have the Sagala, it's about moisture, air, wind, and the vastness of things that move, you know, gravity, movement, wind, things like that. And after you have Vazuki, the creation of the beauty and the experience of the higher mind, you know, the creation of the crystals, the stones, the mountains, the little organisms, the magma, the oceans, the vastness of nature, I would say. So it goes on and on and on. And it has been amazing. Really, people said into the Mahavajra tradition that it's really hard and difficult to do these mantras, but I was really attracted to them, really. Nagarajas, I said, like dragon kings, and I had already, huge connections with dragons from the beginning of my practice, and I was also really connected with creation, creation, like for me the beauty of the creation of the nature is the proof of the divine, and it's love. For me it's the base of my spirituality, and it has grown after that more and more and more, and now I can realize that these mantras are still active into myself, and it has helped me to feel as all the little parts like the nandas, the little atoms, and everything that has been created by these intelligences, spirits inside me and inside nature. I remember being into nature, in the forest near the river, and reciting my mantras. It was so great. At that time I really felt more that the energy came from outside, but it really awakened something, and even if you don't have the intellect, that really understands things, you can have faith into the process, continuing your mantras as long as you feel good, even if sometimes it can be really painful. Sometimes what wants to awaken is really tight and is really suffering. So when it's opening, it's really hard. Sometimes, it can be painful into the body, into the head. Hi back, sorry for the interruption, but my cam cannot have more than 1/4 an hour of video. So yeah, as I said, the process can be painful, the process can be difficult, and you are the only judge of what you want to do. At the beginning, I was really following the process of really the number of mantras for the number of days, and after that, when I have begun to invent my own process, I have really changed that. I have tried with the feeling of it, each day, taking my mala, beginning to recite my mantras, and as long as I need, I feel it, until I feel full of it, or until I feel at the beginning it's more about the level I can accept of this energy into myself each day, and making it each day until I feel full of it. And generally at the end I can make a lot more of malas of this mantra than at the beginning. And sometimes for the last mantras I have taught, it has been sometimes 3 days, a really little amount of time, and sometimes like 3 weeks, 1 month. Really, it has been really changing depending of what I was asking into my mantra, of which energy I was awakening inside me in my life. So after the Nagarajas, and I was so in love with the process that I found into still the Maharaja tradition, the Nagadevi's mantra. So the queen of the Nagas, that are the flows of consciousness in nature, they are called Nagini, and they are more, thanks to my cards I can finding back, this one is about the perpetual and unstopped natural forces, Anantamukhi. This one is about the beautiful, perfect natural forces. This one, Padmavati, is about the natural forces emerging from consciousness. Kala Jiva is more affecting the events by the consecution of time. And this one, Mahapadmini, is about the feminine consciousness of natural forces. This was Vasukimukhi, is about the vast formations of natural world, like the mountains. This one, Purva Bhupamukhi, is the ancient earth protector, the ruler of the ancient earth protectors. And the last one is the ruler of the conch shell blowers, the one that convert movement into vibration, like the wind into sound. So yeah, it is more about the feminine intelligences that are behind the scene, and that makes the natural world evolve in harmony for me. Really, it's like that I have felt it, and it has been a great experience to feel the masculine and feminine energies inside the universe, and finally my work with mantras has been a lot about that, about gender, and about what role the gender energies, and what is being a woman, what is being a man, and what is being a human being into the natural world, not just into our society or how it has been seen by the society, because finally, naturally, we are far more androgynous that the society asks us. Really, this morning I had this image that when we women have no makeup, no special, haircut and clothing's really feminine, with dresses and with the underwear for our boobs, and really having beautiful shoes with heels, and men all have these clothing that make them more male. Finally, without everything of that, we are far more androgynous, and there are far less distinctions between us. And I really prefer that, It's really great to be a woman, but it's really great to be a human being, just purely that. And it will be for the next episode working with the Kuan Yin mantras, and how they help me to find the human being in me, and not just the woman or the man in me, Yeah. So yeah, for this episode, I think it's all. If you have questions, do not hesitate, and I will try to put the links to the Mahavajra tradition. I don't know if I have the right to share the mantras for the Nagarajas and Nagadevis. I think I am not allowed to do it, but for the elemental mantras, I know that they are freely shared into this tradition, and I will still put you the names and the meaning of each of the Nagaraja and Nagadevis into the box. So see you soon for the continuation of this series. I love you, my friends.